leaks, scandals, accusations. HYBE had a rough 2024, but hey, at least the music was good. It's time for a pop-off between the HYBE girl groups of 2024.
And make sure to follow at CCTV Pops on all socials if you aren't already. And if you want some extra content and the power to help us choose our episode topics, come join us on Patreon at patreon.com/CCTVPops. We have to give a very special shout out to our producers, Emily, George, Lily, Louie, Jonathan, and Shaquille. Yes.
Yes,
okay,
indeed.
so HYBE. We've already talked a lot about most of these girl
Yes,
groups
we have. Yes.
through the year, so definitely check out those episodes if you haven't. But we're now going to have them face off in our song, video, and performance rounds. Which girl group wins out? So
Yes.
a reminder that this is meant for pure fun. Please don't take it too seriously. You can join in. Let us know what wins for you in each category in the comments below and support your fave. But yeah, you ready?
Yes, keep it clean. I want a clean fight, y'all.
Okay, so we decided on their latest releases as
Yes.
of December 2024. So let's get into it. Let's get ready to rumble.
Round 1.
All right, first in the ring is player 1, NewJeans with How Sweet. And this was done by Gigi, Sarah Aarons, Elvira, Oscar Scheller, Benny, Trove, Berman, 250, and Danielle of NewJeans. We talked about this one before.
We have.
We
yes.
have,
So the
as
first
we-
round is all about the song itself. So the production, the hook, the vocals, the melodies. So I pretty much have the same opinion that I did earlier in the year. I still really like the song. I don't think it's half as good as some of the other stuff that NewJeans has released, however. But I still enjoy it. I wouldn't skip it if it came on. I think the beat and the percussion elements are great. It's got this kind of garagey kind of thing going on. The
Yeah.
rhythm of the hi-hat is super fun. And then all the space laser sounds definitely keep your attention. And I do love how well mixed all the NewJeans stuff is. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
that's 250 that does that, or if it's someone
right.
else, but he's kind or they are
The
kind of like the
engineers,
most
yeah.
consistent kind of name and in their full discography. But there's just always so much depth and warmth in every single song. Like, even in the song that's so metallic because of all the space sounds and stuff, there's still a warmth in there, which I appreciate. And the overall melody is nice. You know, it's basically what they're good at.
Yeah.
It's chill.
Yeah.
You know, it's all kind of very relaxed and kind of sweet. But yeah, I feel, and this is kind of what I said at the last time too, was I do wish there was a little bit more dynamic in the vocal delivery. You know,
Yes.
because lyrically it's like, oh, how sweet it is to be rid of this toxic person out of my life. But when they sing it, it's just like, you know, it's just like,
how sweet it tastes.
yeah, like, does it really taste sweet? I can't tell. Like, you know, a little bit more euphoria, maybe. I don't know. Like, I feel like there could have. I get the chill thing, but also I don't know. I just feel like a lot of their songs are like this. So if you're gonna do a song that has a bit more of a story to it, then you can do a bit more vocally.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think it's a good song. I do wish there was some ad libs or something near the end just to kind of build it to a climax. But yeah, has your mind changed since we talked about this earlier this year?
I would say no. The summery chill situation was cool. I feel like Bubblegum had a little bit more of a vocal dynamism.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of releases due to all the drama. The drama is not going to change any of my opinion of any of the groups here, but it just sucks that because of the drama, we probably would have gotten a lot more singles. I mean, that first rollout when they came out, and then even with the whole Get Up album release, we had single after single, or like at least like practice after videos, content that related to the music. So I wonder what would have happened had they have not stopped that Supernatural. But yeah, I mean, the song is chill. It reminds me of roller skating, driving to the beach, which is good. The lyrics are relatable and age appropriate, which I appreciate. But yeah, like you mentioned, I'm not vocally impressed with this girl group in terms of their singing. I enjoy them. They're fun. But like the singing isn't super complicated. And I do believe that's because of whoever wrote the demos. They are probably given a brief from whomever and they followed it to the letter, or they sang it a certain way where only one person was singing. And usually with a soloist, they'll sing it that fits their voice. So even if they add layers to it, it's going to sound like one person. Unfortunately, NewJeans kind of got this one person may have been singing the demo, so when they just trade lines, it sounds like one tone. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, one person singing a demo could kind of change up their tone or whatever, but something gives me that the impression that that didn't happen. Same complaint really about the bridge. Like Danielle can actually hit notes, and I wonder why they didn't give her like that R&B moment that she could really do at the end toward the bridge. Some ooh-ahs, some how sweet to kind of punctuate the words, to add that a little extra like, yes, you're gone that we're both kind of looking for. You
Uh-huh.
know, yeah, like that, I don't know what the expression is called right now, but like that, yes, finally. But yeah, I mean, the chill thing is in right now. I mean, Feather by Sabrina Carpenter has the same kind of easygoing, laid back kind of
Yeah.
delivery. You know, I'm done with you. I'm so happy. So it is what it is with this one for sure. But it's a cute song. I appreciated it for sure.
Mhm. Okay, well, moving on to player 2, we have KATSEYE with Touch. This was done by Coda Banks, Caroline Aylan, Taka Perry, Blake Slatkin, Omer Fetty, and Kashmir Cat. And first off, if you have not listened to our Cat's Eye episode, which we made kind of right after the Netflix show came out, definitely check that out. It was our most popular episode of the year.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Oh my gosh, this is so true. Oh, and also, we're almost at 3K in the subbies on YouTube. So definitely hit that subscribe button. You've already made it this far. Finish.
Hmm.
Come finish the journey with us, lovies. All right. So this song, I feel like my opinion has definitely changed a lot. I kind of wish, even up against Taemin, that I had chosen the song for certain rounds. I won't say which ones, but I like this song. It is very addictive. It's very dreamy. It's delicate. It does still sound like Ariana. Ariana has
Totally.
like a crazy hold on the pop vocal soundscape. It's like
Yeah.
amazing, but also a little annoying. It's not her fault, but you know, industry stuff. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the song doesn't have anything that really makes them sound vocally different, really, because of how they're whisper singing, except Danny's part. Danny's like spoken parts make it feel like conversational. And I think I said that in the last video. I was like, it feels just like the girls are just like, girl, press ignore. You know, things like that I like. So it feels a little bit more like girls chatting to their friends about like a really lame guy. I do wish the song had a bridge though. Like the song is super short and it goes nowhere except to the end. And I'm like, God dang it.
Yeah.
You have Megan, Sophia, and Lara, and apparently Danny, because they've been like just now releasing videos of them harmonizing. Y'all
Okay.
can do
Yeah.
it. Why are we not doing it? Honestly, I don't think it's their fault, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I do wonder where the song could have gone with a little bridgy bridge with
Yes.
vocals, you know?
Yes. I
Some
completely agree because it just ends and it's like, oh, you could have taken this up another level.
yes.
Um, But yeah, this song has definitely grown on me more as
Mhm.
well since we reviewed it because we only reviewed it, like a few weeks after it came out. So,
Yes.
like watching it go viral,
Mhm.
more and more. Like I have so many friends who are not into K-pop at all,
Yes.
but they know this song, they know the dance, and that's been really,
Mhm.
really fun. And it's been a gateway actually for them to explore the
Ah,
K-pop world a bit more, which I think is pretty cool.
yes.
So yes, I do still stand by. I agree with you that the song has so much more potential if it was a minute longer. And I do wish we got a bit more just unique tones in the way that
Oof.
they sang it because I think part of it is also just the vocal processing as well. Like they've
Mhm.
just kind of taken out any kind of I don't know, just interesting parts
Mhm.
of each voice, which is kind of
Mhm.
annoying.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's awesome, and I'm excited to talk about kind of the visuals because we didn't really get to talk about many of the performances and stuff at the last
Oh,
time.
yes.
Um, but yeah, it's definitely grown on me. It's definitely probably in one of my top K-pop or K-pop adjacent songs of the year.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoy it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, icons ate well with this one.
Mm.
All right, moving right along, we have player 3, SSERAFIM with Crazy. And this one was done by, it says, it cracks me up, it says Hitman Bang. He's one of those like, well, I own the company. But yes,
Yeah, but it's weird because he's not on the other ones though.
right, this is true. Ooh, interesting.
Oh, but I guess because 'cause they're
Yes,
not those are, like, subsidiaries, right?
literary. Okay,
Yeah. He
okay.
won't put himself on the NewJeans songs.
Oh my God, stop. All right. So Crazy was done by Score, Anthony Watts, Megatone, I Love Julia, Hitman Bang, Levin Kali, J Bach, Jake Tori, Supreme Boy, Kiddo AI, and Hyunjin and Sakura of the Seraphim.
Mhm.
All right, there's a lot of names. Oh my goodness. Oh God.
We haven't talked about this one on the show.
We have not, and I was so hoping it would make it that month that it was out. I was so like,
Yeah.
oh, I was like, "Grr." But I like this one. It was in my head for like days after it came out. Like, shout out to the songwriters. They definitely knew what they were doing. I wish I knew who did what because we're reading these names off like these are the engineers, the producers, the songwriters for sure. But like, we don't know who specifically did what part, especially if it was done in the song camp. Because whoever came with that da 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 and the girls are girling, act like an angel, just like crazy. Like people say the girls are girling, but to have it in the song, to have something sonically like a soundtrack to the sass, we love that. The music bounces in such a chic way. It's not like a corny bounce. Um, and I do appreciate the meaning of the song, like the lyrics about searching for oneself and their purpose, but finding confidence in the crazy journey that may also make you go crazy. So yeah, I think the thing about this song is like it abandons the traditional vocal performance that we're like expecting from girl groups in general. Let's be real here. Um, but it just relies heavily on the spoken like rapping style,
Mhm.
which I think is interesting, especially after the song came out. It was like right after their Coachella performance. So, like, they got through all of this, like, y'all can't sing," to then they release this song where they're not really singing at all. It's not purposeful, it's not their fault, I'm not making fun of them, I just think it's just interesting that the song is about being confident in whatever it is that you're living, your truth, and they just came back from that Coachella performance, and they're not really singing in the song. So that's kinda like my little, like, "Hmm." They do sing a little bit in the pre's, that's cute, there's some harmonies here and there with the
Mhm.
Galileo moments.
Yeah.
There's some moments. I think, again, this song, I feel like would've just been delicious with a bridge. Cat's Eye, I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever, I'll move on." But this song right here, just to kinda just give us an ooey gooey, like, slow it down kind of moment, I would have loved a little something. I think bridge
Mm.
is gonna be my kind of, like, my thing here for, like,
I
the most
know. NewJeans
just
had a bridge.
yes,
Yeah.
they did. Even if
Mhm.
it was a little dry, a little sicker, you know what I'm saying? But still,
Still
they had
brought
a
something
bridge.
different. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, something
Yeah.
about that tonal switch up brings the vibes. It and then brings the vibes, I hate that word, but it brings a certain element of, like, where is this going? So when the glass chorus comes back in, it's like, "Oh my gosh, yes, explosion." But yeah, I think I like the remixes that also come with it, like the Deshawn remix.
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, if you're gonna have, like, something that's very, like, Vogue inspired, why not get someone to actually, like, MC and, like, do call outs and stuff? I thought that was really fun. That's one of my favorite remixes for
Mm.
Crazy, for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do think this is the right sonic direction for them to go in, this
Mm,
whole just, like, club music thing. I think
yeah.
it totally works for them in every way. Vocally, they've gotten a lot of slack this year, with
Yeah.
all
Right.
the live appearances that they've done and people saying that they can't sing, which
Yeah.
look, they're not amazing singers, but their songs are not, like, made to be sung
Mhm.
live well, you
Mm,
know? And so
mhm.
I feel like it's a bit unfair, actually, but them going kind of in this more direction where it is just kind of more rappy and it is just kind of more about the attitude of it rather than the, like, vocal, like, melodic execution of it, that is
Yes.
definitely the right way to go for them. And then we'll get into the visuals and stuff later, but I feel like physically they also embody this type of sound pretty well too.
Mhm.
So yeah, just whoever's A&Ring them, I think is making the right decisions for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's fun the way the song is written because you can almost kind of hear that there are so many hands in the pot, but it all works,
Oh, yeah.
right? Because sometimes, the Frankensteining, sometimes it's like this is very clearly three different songs that were put together. But this one, it really is just like, oh, they came up with this one line, and they came up with this
Yeah.
one little hook, and
Yeah.
we're just gonna like mash it all together, and it totally works, and everything is super fun. I like all the little like squeaks in the production, the long beep as well, like just the way
Yeah.
they have everything kind of pull back and everything and come back in. It's just super dynamic and fun to listen to. And then
Mhm.
vocally, I think they execute it well. Like there's
Yes.
just enough attitude, and the moments that require a bit more like of a push, they give it. So I think
Yeah.
whoever vocally produced this as well did a good job. I definitely think this isn't a song that I would necessarily listen to a lot
Mm,
because it does
mm.
feel like it's made for the clubs, and like I'm not going to listen to that like while I'm at work. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't work for my brain. Um, but as part of their discography, I think it's great, and like yeah, I totally think this is the right direction for them to head in.
Word up, word up.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving right along, we have the final player, ILLIT, or is it
I
ILLIT?
believe it's ILLIT,
ILLIT. Okay, you
but
have
correct us if we're wrong. I'm sorry.
yeah, sorry, y'all. These names are not great. Like when we got into K-pop, it was all about the number for a minute. Like
Or
to
Beast
anywhere.
with the two in the in
Yeah,
the
exactly. Like
okay, yeah.
yeah. So we went through the number period. Y'all going through these like names that are inspired. So yes, we have ILLIT with Tic Tac. This was done by Johnny Goldstein, Sam Martin, Hitman Bang, Deval with two H's go off Deval, Soul Rabbit, Shin Kung, Soul Illuminati, January 8th, Jude, Na Do Hyun, Tae Mei, Kim Soo-ji, Moon Ji-young. Jeez. Okay, so what I'm getting
Ooh,
are these are definitely people who are adapting it to Korean. Duh, I forget. These are some songwriters
yeah.
who are doing that.
Mhm.
So get your royalties, y'all.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this one? Because I remember we talked did we talk about Magnetic on the show?
I actually don't know, but I thought
Mm.
Magnetic was great.
Yeah,
It
right?
was very fun. I
Yeah.
was not a fan of Cherish My
Uh,
Love.
yeah.
And this one, so I guess it's like their second single from that same EP, which is fun. I love
Yes.
when groups actually do this because it's like there's a reason they're not
You're
just
making
B
these
sides
songs. Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. But anyway, um, this is fun. This is definitely not my. It's not the type of K-pop song that I normally gravitate towards.
Mhm.
But looking at it less just from my own personal tastes, I think it's actually I think it's actually a really good song for what it's doing, right? Like it
Yeah.
is very young and cute, but it's not too sugary to the point where I'm like wanting to cringe a lot. And all the video gaminess of it makes it
Mhm.
super, super fun. Like the way
Yeah.
that they sing everything and just the way that it is, like it all sounds sped up 'cause it's just
Yeah.
so fast, and the chorus, of course, is just this
This high pitched
nonsensical ticky ticky tack 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 thing,
Yes.
which is so much fun, and fun to listen to. They execute it pretty well. And it just sounds like it's a song that should go along with, like, a scrolling, like, game on your phone. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like
As you go through it, like
yeah, like, it's like a cute little thing that's, like, that you're trying to, like, do a platform game on, and
Yes.
this is in the background, it just feels like that.
Yeah.
So I
Very
appreciate it for
cute.
what it is, and I think it's definitely unique, like, it's memorable for sure.
Word up.
It is very, very short though. Like this
Yeah.
one, I mean, we now said it for all the songs, but yes, this one also could have definitely used an interesting bridge and more of a climax at the end. I will say the version with Ava Max that they've released recently, the
Mm.
English one, it does make it a bit cooler. It fleshes it out a bit more. That there's like a heavier synth, so no, that version is actually pretty cool. I'm curious if they have any other plans for it other than just being like, we have an English version with Ava Max. Because that's kind of what
Oh my
happens sometimes
god.
with these
Yeah.
collaborations, I feel like.
What a waste. What a freaking waste. So, I have something about video game here too, and I said the song reminds me of like the villagers of Animal Crossing getting together. And
Oh,
like, they're not just
cute.
watching White Dog play guitar. Like they decide
He's
to make their
doing it. Yeah.
yeah. And they're like making the sounds of the onomatopoeia of the tic tac. Also, this song, I've heard it got a lot of flack for like how ridiculous it sounds, but like if you are an old school like girl group fan, like this is pretty much up the alley of a lot of girl group songs, especially like Girls' Generation's Japanese single Beep Beep. Like if you've heard Beep Beep, this is literally that but less
Mhm.
high pitch because those girls were singing in their head voice going beep 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 and they had nerve to freaking harmonize, which was very SM, very SM. But the point is that it's a nonsensical chorus, but it worked for them at the time. I do appreciate the vocal textures in this song. I was so happy to hear some head voice and some chest voice. Like there are a lot more texture in this song vocally than in the vocals of the previously mentioned groups. I would say using gibberish as the chorus is both lazy and clever.
Mm.
So lazy, but also clever because sometimes it because sometimes it is fine and dandy to have the vocals also act as the instrument. Like you said, it sounded kind of like pitched up and not pitched. It sounded really fast because it was a high pitch. It sounded like it sounded a little manic, but I was kind of here for it. And
Uh-huh.
also the song is also vocally. fill, in my opinion, everywhere else, like from the verse to verse, and even the bridge outro thing. I'm annoyed that that bridge outro thing was so abrupt, but even there, it was just melody after melody, blah blah blah. Even if it was like super catchy melodies, the song was pretty much filled out with vocals. So I do appreciate the chorus was just the lazy clever part. I don't know what anyone else could say except tick tack ticky tickety tack tack tack. Like, if they did a B part to that chorus, like a post-chorus, I don't know
Uh-huh.
what it would sound like right now, but yeah. But yeah, I would also like to figure out if the song is, like, just good or if it's just annoying enough to be catchy. Like, the song toes the line of that. Like, I don't think it's annoying. I just thought it was a little strange, and I was like, "You know what? You've heard worse than this from 2nd Gen, and this is actually good." So, I'm curious to know what, like, the non-fans think of the song too,
Mm.
'cause I can see why people might not like it. I can see why people really like it,
Yo, yeah.
you know? So,
But I think if you like this type of song, though, this is great.
yeah, this is up your alley. This is
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
And
So
this totally reminds me, there are older, it's like second gen K-pop songs that kind of sound like this.
absolutely. Bopey, bopey, bopey,
Yeah.
bopey, bopey, bopey. Ah!
Like there definitely is an audience for this. I'm not that audience, but I can appreciate that they're like going for a lane that is less traveled at the moment.
Shoot. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Listen, y'all. If
Yeah.
Opie
Because
could
let's be real,
last,
all four of these songs are pretty different.
they are. They
Yeah.
are very different, which is it kind of makes this decision a little bit difficult because they all have something that is good about them, or else they wouldn't have been selected as singles. But they also have things that the other ones do need. There's only one song with a bridge, excuse me,
Mhm.
but the vocal texture isn't there. Vocal texture is there in one song, but it ends too shortly. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, what do you pick for your winner for this song round?
Okay. Ooh, this is hard actually.
Mm,
If I'm thinking of it as I get to choose to listen to a song right now,
yeah,
I would probably choose How Sweet, New
I figured
Jeans.
you would. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with "Crazy" by SSERAFIM. I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay.
Yes,
That
I'll
would have
go.
been the other one that I would have probably gone for as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at us being two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
All right, fans, let us know what wins the round for you. Bunnies, icons. What's the Seraphim's fan? Fear Nots, and then Illit's fandom. I do not know your name. I do apologize. Uh, but yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. All right, moving right along to our second round, and this is our music video round.
Round 2.
Getting right back to the top with New Jeans. All right, Chris.
Mm.
We this video. This video is interesting. Pretty on brand for them, I would say, right?
Pretty on brand for them, yes. I mean, I appreciate it because it is kind of like you're just kind of following them on just like a day in the life, even though it's
Mm,
like a lot going on in that day of the life. But uh, I don't know, like it works for the song because it's like it's kind of a like, oh, my life is great
yeah,
kind of vibe,
yeah.
and this video does give that, and it does feel like their friendship is genuine in it. Like when they're laughing
Mm,
together, when they're kind of being
yes.
silly, it does feel genuine, even if it's all planned out. But they do a good job with it.
Mhm.
I still feel like, and I think I said this last time too,
Hmm,
that it's just a little shaky and chaotic because I do think it is like you're kind of with them, right? So it
yeah.
almost it's supposed to kind of have that quality. The drone footage is just doing like the absolute most, and so it's just like a little more than I feel like it needs to be because even when they have like those few seconds of just straight shots of them like dancing on the street and in front of the train track and stuff, like it's
Yeah.
great. Like they're
Yes.
killing it. Like I don't need the drone like doing all this crazy crap like around them. Like it's just
Yeah.
like a lot. But overall, can't complain about it really, other than that. Like it is an enjoyable video, and I think it matches the song.
Oh, word up, word up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Do I regret my decision not picking New Jeans for my song round? I don't know. We'll find out. So yeah, once again, I will say that the team does a very good job of not making them come across as like too juvenile. Like with certain groups, you'll get very cutesy and they don't do that. It's super tomboy, super 90s, which I appreciate. I found a picture of me when I was a kid. I was dressed just like this. My dad was dressing me. And I was looking just like this as a kid. Baby me was swagged out, dripped out. And I appreciate that they look like they're comfortable and that they're chilling and things like that. I think the stickers and the animal friends and even the product placement, like, it all felt natural in the video.
Yes.
Some of the point of views, like the POVs came from like the dogs and like the plushies. That was
Yes.
cute. The sunken place scene, I'm still gonna call it the sunken place scene because with all that water, it was kind of like kind of spooky. I like what it represents, like the dark place that someone could go to in a breakup.
Oh.
Making the freedom a lot more sweeter. Like I like it. I like it. And in the video in the real world, it's just them trying to figure out how to get out of town, but like they keep getting into more trouble. So I think it's interesting. The video does a good job of making it, making you want to keep watching to figure out what's going on, but not like creating this whole mythological situation where you're like, oh God, I have to like watch an old video and watch the next video to figure out how it ends. Like it ends all in one
Mhm.
video, which I appreciate. So yeah, I mean the video's effective. It does what it needs to do, and it's cute. Like you said, it was a little chaotic, but it does what it needs to do for sure.
Yes. Okay, moving on to Cat's Eye Touch.
Yes.
Have your opinions changed at all?
Um, they look great. Beautiful gowns, beautiful dresses, lovely gowns, beautiful dresses. But yeah, no, I mean, I like that they kept like the dreamy concept for the girls.
Mhm.
Sophia crawling through that vent and falling through is hysterical. Like, there's a good level of relatable like sequences of getting dressed in the dressing room and like funny, subtle humors here and there. There is a storyline that I was not trying to fixate on. No offense to them or their team. I could not care because I was just like everything else that was happening was stimulating enough. Like there was, you know, SM sound effects, like the old school, like whoosh, 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 crash, break, ding,
Mhm.
SM used to be
I'm here for
like,
that though in this
I
video.
love those exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to figure out who went missing. I don't care about that girl. No offense. The editing was really cool. Laura's face being the CD, their pose at the end being the T-shirt, like things like that. I appreciate. I love the. I'm trying to figure out like the red or the blue dance scene more. I don't know which one I liked
Ooh.
more, but I like those scenes. They were simple. It was simple enough, the video, but also didn't look super too low budget. You know what I'm saying? Like the cycle is very much like we have nowhere else to go. Let's just film it there. But then everything else felt expensive. So yeah, I mean, do you like this video? I feel like you liked it the last time we
I
discussed
like
it,
this
right?
video. I do like
Yeah.
the video. I think they do a really good job. Like just in terms of their own performance abilities and charisma on camera, they
Mhm.
kill it.
Yes.
So just that alone. I agree with you. Like all the stuff about Yoonjae missing,
Don't care. No offense. Love
could
you,
not
girl.
care less about that. I feel
Yeah.
like it's bizarre to do that with a new group to suddenly have this weird lore where one of them is supposedly missing, but then she's still in all the dancing core. You know what I mean? Like she's still in all the regular scenes anyway, so it's not
Yeah.
even a through story point. Like I just don't get it. Like this does not need they don't need that. And I hope
Right.
that they just pretend it's not a thing for their next videos, but of course they will because it's HYBE. Um but yeah, I think again, it's such a short song, so there's not much you can do. But I feel
Yeah.
like in terms of like a story, but they make the most out of everything, and there's a lot of memorable moments, and that
Yes.
includes a lot of those things that made or why those sounds are there. Like
Yes.
Laura flicking her tear or her CD that she puts up of her face. Like all that was great. And yeah, I think it's effective. Like and it has replay value too. I think it's good.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. It's a very cute video.
Yeah.
So the next video we're talking about is not so cute, but it is a little crazy, if you will. The Seraphim's video is a lot to look at. This one's super strange. Like obviously it's done purposely to enhance the crazy. Um, you have Yoonjin, sorry, Yoonjin deflating was hysterical to me. I'm like, why is she deflating? And then I tell you, I don't remember that happening until I rewatched it for this review. I was like, "That's hysterical." She did deflate. The lampshade people dancing and being held at like laser point is hysterical. The Steve Madden heads go like that was very cute when their head like blew up really big. The buffering messages where it was like
Yeah.
mean those things were interesting. The bathhouse scene with the House of Juicy Couture is the most memorable for a lot of people for good reason because like the dancing was really good, the energy
Hmm.
was really good. It's like something about being able to give all the energy in the world, but still not take away from the artist is it's a skill. Cause I used to be a dancer that would legit do too much as a background dancer. And I look at footage of me now and I was like, girl, I would fire you. you know, I would fire you, Shan. But yeah, they did a really good job and the girls don't get swallowed up. Also, that's based on camera work too. like when the girls were dancing in between the dancers, or what's her name? Unte. Unte was dancing in between the House of Juicy, and she's in the center. They're going off in a circle. Didn't really notice because they weren't there to like steal the scene, but the camera
Mm,
angle also just made her the focal point.
yeah.
I think my favorite one is my favorite dancing is the aquarium dancings with them dancing with the camera flying overhead and the bubbles and them wearing like, it's casual outfits. Because the other outfits in the bathhouse was just random, like, continuations of what they may have been wearing in, like, the teaser or some crap like that, but I like the dance scenes and the aquarium for sure, it's, like, my favorite.
Yes. The
Yes.
aquarium is probably my favorite part too. Though, I mean, the whole spa idea is pretty great. Like, I would
Yeah.
say, I mean, all the scenes are pretty great in here, and I love that blue is just like the color they chose for this song.
Mhm,
And it's
mhm.
just like very, I mean, just the blue kind of in various ways, which I appreciate.
Yes.
And it all, I complain sometimes about like too many effects in K-pop
Mhm.
groups. Like even going back to the NewJeans one, like I don't think all those like animated animals and
Right.
stuff were really necessary. But with this one, I think all the surrealism actually works. Like the fish coming out of
Yeah.
like one of their heads and all the stuff you mentioned earlier. Like it kind of works because the song has that kind of like I don't know, like you're probably on something in the club, so it like makes sense that you might see some like I don't know, it just kind of works with the vibe of the song,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
I love the way they use the Galileo statue as well. I thought that was very
Yes.
creative. It was very
Yes.
fun each time that they had him kind of show
Galileo.
up. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a fun pop video and they execute it really well. And I'm glad
Mhm.
that the House of Juicy Couture got in there. I have more
Yes.
thoughts on the overall choreo, but we'll get there.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeedo. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Okay, so finally we have player 4, ILLIT or ILLIT with Tic Tac. So what do you think of this school tennis team
I was
situation?
waiting for you to get there. I wanna hear what he comes up with. Yeah, I literally have the tennis school concept is fun.
Uh,
I love that. That's why I was like, "Oh, I wonder what he's gonna say, if he's gonna say all the words I put." The bullet time scenes are so cool in that beginning. I love the for people who don't understand the concept of bullet time, if you've ever seen The Matrix or, like, seen people kind of move in slow motion, that's technically considered, like, a bullet time kind of like, edit where things are moving so fast, but so slow to the human eye. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I reversed it. It's moving slow to the person who is in the bullet time, but the bullet's going really fast in actual time. There we go. So yeah, I like to see that because you have tennis balls flying everywhere. You have the girls, three girls in the background dancing. They look like they were frozen at first, but then they start dancing. You have a couple of the other two other girls like in the foreground singing and performing to the camera. So it's nice to look at the room transitions at the end of the song. I love those so much. The room going into another room, going into another room, going into another room, going into the locker where they're like miniature versions of themselves. That was so stinking cute. And if you look at the video, at first I didn't understand what some of the scenes like them being in a room with a pile of like dirty clothes. You see, have you seen Halloween Town?
uh-huh.
Where that guy was like, "This is where all the trash comes when you're looking for something. It comes here." That's what it reminded me of. But
Mm.
literally in the song, they say something about like getting dressed or like the dressing room. So that's their version of, "Hey, I'm getting dressed. I have nothing to wear." I mean, if you guys can see my room right now, there's clothes on the floor because I went to a concert and threw crap on the floor looking for a shirt. Okay, so it happens. It happens. It makes sense to the song and the video. But yeah, I like that it was kind of interwoven with a slight love story because, it's K-pop, we can't say love story, but there was a cute little narrative of a girl liking a guy and trying to, catch his eye.
Yeah.
And it makes it a little bit more natural as opposed to just like bullet time tennis balls, miniature girls in the locker room. Um, the dance scenes were interesting because it kept just getting more and more intense. Like it would start out with the girls dancing and then suddenly there was like a whole army of kids doing it. And I thought, okay, I like this. This is kind of funny. It felt like a strange dream. And I also like this video a lot more than Magnetic, where they look like almost too mature with all that weave and like white Victoria's Secret pajamas,
Oh,
the
yeah.
silk pajamas. I wasn't into that, but this I like.
Yeah, this fits their age for
Yeah.
sure. I do yeah, I enjoy it. I almost feel like again though, like they were just like I almost feel like there were actually too many scenes. Like, I feel like it was a little unnecessary. Like, if they kept more of it just on the tennis court or in the locker rooms and stuff and kept it more just after school tennis situation as opposed
Yeah.
to just random school scenes, I think it
Yes.
would have maybe been more effective because then you
Mhm.
just think more like then you'll always associate tennis with this video, and I don't it never got to that point, right? Because they didn't go like all out with a tennis thing,
Yes.
which I feel like they could have just to kind of get it in your brain a little bit more.
Yes.
I will say, performance wise, I was very worried that they would be too cute with it
Mm,
because I don't love that. Like
yes.
when people just their faces and like their eyes are huge and
Yeah.
they have to kind of keep a smile the entire time and it just feels very fake and robotic.
Yeah.
And they kind of do that in some of their other videos and stuff. But this one I think was actually a little more balanced. They definitely some numbers do it more than others.
Mhm.
But overall, they weren't too overboard with the cutesy this time, which was
Right.
good. I
Right.
appreciated that for sure.
Right.
And yeah, I was entertained the whole time. Like I thought a lot of the scenes were cool. Like the one of them like dancing on that platform in the sky and then the
Oh,
camera just
yeah.
pans all the way around them and it goes from day to night.
Yeah, that's cute.
Like yeah, I thought all the little things were fun. I do think, like I said, there were certain moments where I was like that we didn't need them like, the whole, like, zoom in of them in different rooms and stuff near the end, I was like, "Okay, like, this is, like, a little unnecessary, like, you did not need to put this much effort into all of these effects and stuff."
Oh,
Um
that's the part I like the most.
Oh, really? I mean, I feel like it just didn't match the rest of the video, though.
No, it didn't because they were in the locker, but it just brought them back to, like, ground zero, that's why.
I mean, sure, I don't know, I think I just
That's
wanted the
hilarious.
tennis
No,
thing
you're
just to
fine.
be the underlying thing the whole time.
That would've been cute. That would've been cuter.
Yeah.
I agree. That's just so funny, though.
But yeah, I don't know, I more actually just noticed, like, I feel like all 5 of them are actually pretty good performers. They all kinda have
Yeah.
a unique look to them as well, which is kinda
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough, like, in such a saturated market to have all your members stand out like that, so, I don't know, I think they have potential for sure, I really don't know much about them. But like I said, I think there's a lane for them, not
Yes.
mad at it. Okay, so what wins for you in the video round?
Oh, this is kinda tough. Because again, the videos are not bad. They're all good in their own way. I think it's between, 2 for me. Sorry. I do believe it's in between 2 for me, though. I would say, mm, I'm going to give it to Seraphim once again. Illit was a very close second, but I think I like Seraphim's video a little bit more. It kind of encapsulates everything that the other
Mhm.
girls are doing in their video, but it's a little bit more cohesive.
Yeah, I would do Le Sserafim crazy as well. I think there's just so much to watch, and
Mhm.
it's just very I don't know, I think the whole thing is just the most entertaining, I guess, out of the 4.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. The Seraphim is kicking some butt on my end. Sorry.
Will they win the next round, though?
We'll see. And the
We'll
final
see.
round is the performance and choreography portion. Woo!
Round 3.
All right, and we're back up with NewJeans and House Sweet. All right, so we did talk about this. I think we both kind of had that same sentiment where it was like, I want to learn this.
Hell yes. I'm sad I haven't yet.
I know we've kind of goofed a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's all good. They have so much swagger, and I appreciate the training that they have undergone for sure. Like, if you look at this choreography, it is not. This is not easy choreography. I thought it was because they're kind of just like, yeah.
Uh-oh.
They're just kind of just, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and bobbing and chilling. But it looks effortless, but it's not. Like, literally, the transitions in this dance are so, they're so smooth, but they're annoying.
Mm.
They're annoying because you have to turn and then groove. And you got to stay in the groove because if you lose the groove, honey, it's over for you. They're gliding in one groove. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, to get people to learn how to glide in one way is getting people to do it to the right, okay. Getting them to do it to the left and then turn, it's not easy to learn how to glide. Like, no one glides anymore. No one
I
does.
can barely glide.
That's the one thing I could do, but I can only go to the right and in a circle toward the right. I mean, to the left.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
you're right. I'm better on the right as well, going to the
right?
right.
You can do see? But these
Yeah.
girls are sitting there
I
gliding and
know, dude. This
switching.
choreo is amazing.
So yeah, this choreography made me wish I was in this group. I would say that
Mm,
Haein is my favorite to watch, which is kind of like it sucks because she was injured, I think, around the time
yeah.
when they were performing. But there's one practice video and she's just in the middle, and
She's
I'm
been
like,
doing the Japan promo though. She's been in
yes,
there.
which
Yeah.
makes me happy. But like, I wish she was able to perform it because she really is like their I don't know, but she's got something there, and I appreciate watching her for sure. Everyone else does a really good job, of course, but something about Haein made me go, I wish you were here. You're eating this up. I think
Mm.
the girl said it too when she wasn't there. They're like, she just adds something, and she does. So I like this dance very, very much. I like the little arms too. My arms don't go super straight, but I wish they did for this dance. Like, so cute.
Oh, this choreo is so cool. It's so,
Yeah.
so cool. This makes me like, because house was always something I wanted to train in.
Mhm.
And this isn't exactly house, but it has house elements in kind of
Yes.
the way you're kind of in that jack like the
The
whole
jacking,
time.
yes.
And like you said, it's tough. And the way that they did it, like they make it look so loose and relaxed, and they each kind of put their own flavor in it. Like it's
Yeah.
so well executed. I watched I think every performance that exists of this song, and I'm not bored of it at all. Like
Right.
they kill this.
Yeah.
And it actually does allow them to sing it live
Yeah.
relatively comfortably as well
Yeah.
because they're not really going like 100% like at all the whole time. They're just kind of keeping that bounce going,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're able to execute, which is awesome.
Mhm.
Also, there's so many formation changes. Like literally, they change formation
Mm,
every like 4 counts, and
yes.
it's all just so smooth. Like
Yeah.
I was trying to watch performance just looking at the formation changes, and I was like
Yeah.
trying to remember that must be crazy. 'Cause
Mhm.
also the little subtle changes too, where, like, a whole section might be the same as before except for one move, you
Yeah.
know? Or, like,
Yeah.
you just have to remember you're actually over here instead of over I'm like, "That's crazy." Like, they kill this. Like, this
Mhm.
dance should be, like, one of those tests in dance school or something. Like,
Yeah.
whether you've, like, mastered the
The
style. Like,
style.
it's insane. I love this so much, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. Oh my goodness. So
mm,
just taking it from something so technically challenging to something a little bit more about the charisma and the
mm,
shapes. Let's get into touch with the finger tapping. Yeah.
a
So even before we got into it, I think you were like, I really like the finger tapping. Like I think
I do.
every time we talk about cats, like this is the first thing that you do.
Yeah.
Every time, I think. The finger taps are great. I want to assume that they still they Sohei did it, right? Sohei? Sohei.
Yes, Sohei and I forget who the other man's name was, but they
Sorry,
killed it.
darling, but yes, you
Yeah.
did a very good job. But yeah, I love how the moves are not too commercial. I mean, every time this song comes on, I think I'm in the group. I said, touch, touch,
Mhm.
think about it, way too pop, pop that booty. Yes, I
Yeah.
love the little booty pop. It's so cute.
Mhm.
Like, it's so cute. I do hate the formation sometimes when they have Manon or whoever is that sixth member in the back. I'm like, there are better ways to make a good shape
Well,
without.
they've done so many performances as a 5, it made it easier to adapt.
Ooh, Jesus, honey, can I tell you? This is one group that just can't stay healthy. I don't know what's going on. I
Oof.
love them so much, but they stay sick. And I'm like, what's going girls? What is happening? Y'all are unwell. I mean, an idol or a pop star schedule is not easy, and they're not like a laid back girl group. They're like a we look really good. We have to look good at all times. We're dancing, singing girl group. So I could understand like if you get sick, you got pink
Singing?
eye.
Question mark, but yes.
Oh
Dancing,
no.
performing is Look, they
Oh,
barely sung live. There's been a few, and they've actually sounded good, but let's just be
yes.
real here. Yeah.
No, that's valid. That's valid. But yeah, I like that they're not super intricate in the choreography. There's some movements that's very like picture making. And from the beginning to the end, it's picture, 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 picture. I think the skipping that I used to complain about Sophia and Laura doing in that second verse, I've gotten over it. I was like, you know what? I do wish she would have strutted while she was singing and the other girls skip. But I've gotten over it. The too young to waste my time.
Mhm.
That part. I got over it. I'm over it. It's cute. It makes sense of them kind of running. I get it. Um, but yeah, the performances have been good for the most part, I would say. Um, what really pisses me off is that because they're using a backtrack, if the wrong freaking file's being played and the mics are not on or yeah, so I've seen them perform at a mall and the music skipped. I've seen someone perform the wrong song and them give eyes to the DJ, and I'm like, no, 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 this should be one of those things where you guys should be able to get on the mic and say something to the crowd instead of giving dirty looks to the guy, like, oh, whoever is like getting their musical performances together, is irritating me just a little bit. Give these girls a chance to actually perform. That and I'm annoyed that their Vivo performance was without a band and it was just full of them dancing. Have you seen their Vivo?
Oh, I know. That was their chance to do
The
something a little different with both of those songs.
Yes.
Yes, I completely agree.
Yes. Like, mama, you guys ate that crap up,
Oof.
ate it up,
Yes.
ate it the F up,
Mhm.
and then you get to Vivo and you have to dance in this small, cramped space with no band. I would have preferred them to stand next to each other, harmonizing, having the band back
Hell
behind them,
yes.
and then the last chorus, go the F off if you need to. You can always edit it. You can always edit it,
I mean,
you know?
also,
So
you're a group. Like, while the one person is singing their chorus
rest can
line, like, the
dance.
rest of you can do the dance. Like, it's
Yes.
really not that hard to adapt to. I agree with you.
Oh,
I was most disappointed with those as well. But yeah, the Mama performance, though,
so good, right? Oh,
I
delicious.
it oh man, I've watched it like 5 or 6 times, and it's just that dance break
Oh my
in
god,
between the
yes.
songs was
Yes.
just absolutely insane. Um, Also,
Delicious!
I do have to shout out Yoonjae because I
Thank you.
did shade her a bit
Oh,
in our other video because I
oh,
didn't fully get why she got put in the
I
group.
told you,
But
right?
yeah, she is killing
She
it.
she's one of
Yeah.
those, like, sleeper cells. It's like,
No,
okay,
because you
like,
know what it was is I
hmm,
think you can tell she has training, like previous idol training
yeah,
in that, and this is what I was saying about like ILLIT and stuff before.
yeah.
Sometimes in her eyes, it just looked a little fake. It just
Mm,
felt a little
there's no
disingenuous.
connection? No connection
Yeah,
to the yeah.
and I didn't feel that she was on the same page as the rest. Like, she
Mm,
felt removed from
like a
whatever,
chemistry
like,
thing, right.
energy level the rest of
Yeah,
them are on. Like,
okay.
she was not in that same place. Now, though,
Mm,
I think with time, I think it's adapted better, and I think
yeah.
she works better. Like, I feel like before it did really feel like a Korean girl with other foreign girls. Like, that's honest that's how I saw it. Like, it just she
Mhm,
didn't gel.
mhm.
But now, I think she's got it, and it feels more natural. Like, her
Yeah,
facial expressions and stuff don't feel as planned and,
mhm.
trying too hard as they used to.
Valid,
So yeah,
valid.
yeah, she's killing it,
Thanks for
for
explaining
sure.
because I didn't want icons like, "Oh, you mean,"
No, I
but
mean
it's
you can
just
come for me if you want, but that was my first opinion when I
mhm.
saw them perform like their first couple
No,
times.
that's super
Yeah.
valid. That's I caught that too. Like the chemistry was just kind of lacking a bit, but I was like, she has something because I saw one performance. I'm like, you have to look, you have to look. But no, the
Mm.
mama blows out the performance I was referencing
Oof.
to like months ago.
I mean
So
that
yeah.
performance, like if anyone needs to be convinced of their potential and star quality, like just show
Oh
them that. Honestly, they
yeah.
kill
Ugh.
that. So good.
Disgusting. Shout out
Yeah.
to Danny and her hips. She's so
Oh my gosh.
and then the split, honey. I could go on, but
Mm.
yeah, delicious, ladies,
Mhm.
delicious. All
Mhm.
right, moving on to some deliciousness. We're going right into crazy with choreography that was Vogue inspired.
Yes.
Um, I will say, for it to be inspired and kind of cherry pick certain motions, it made sense. Like some of the hand voguing was very like new wavy, nothing too crazy, but shapes that fans could look at and be like, "Oh my god, that's not a typical K-pop girl move. That's not a typical commercial move."
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate the duck walk, the couple, the four count that we got.
Yeah. Feel
Um,
bad for her. She was probably so mad that she was the one chosen to do that.
duck walks are not easy. Like,
No,
bro,
and the
like you
shoes
can
that she gets for some of those
yes.
performances, come on. Like, that's not
I
right. I know that. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
this is one of those things where the stylists have the best intentions, but they were not talking to the choreographers at all. But yeah, I'm just glad that the choreography was not super intense because they really need to sing. Especially with all that controversy that happened at Coachella. Don't get me wrong, I think a lot of the clips with Coachella was spliced together just unfairly, but from what we saw, these are your singles that you're performing, you're not performing to your best abilities. Yeah, you do deserve to get clocked. I would want someone to say, "Hey, Shan, you didn't do that right," if I sang something wrong because it's only going to make me better. When I was watching some of their live performances, like, they looked confident, they looked like they were having fun, but were the mics on completely? I wouldn't say, but when they were on and we could catch, like, hot mics, when they were hot, I did hear vocals and it didn't sound like they were fighting for their lives. So I'll I'll take what I can get. It's not an easy dance to do, but it's also not super, super difficult. It's about the shapes, it's about the feel. And I think they do a good job of translating that onto the screen. You know what I'm saying? So if I
Mm,
saw them live in performance, I think I would be able to believe that they're actually feeling what they're performing and not just doing a bunch of 8 counts given to them.
yeah.
Whereas with some other performances like Annie Fragile, they were freaking fighting for their lives. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like they were fighting for their lives to be like, yes, they're giving it to you, but there's so much going on in that dance just to show off. But this one,
Mm,
it's just confident and quiet, and I believe it a lot more.
yes.
You know?
That's totally valid. Yeah. Because, yeah, a lot of this I appreciate it was just them posing
Ye
or like doing like little things on their own, which
Yes.
is fun. Yeah, it just made it fun. I will say, when all the hype was coming out before about it being Vogue inspired, that
Mhm.
did set my expectations higher than they probably should have been.
Yes.
Because I think maybe I was hoping for at least one, maybe like section of just like 2 to 4 8 counts of like
Oof.
proper voguing.
Yes. Give me a catwalk, honey. Give me a
Yeah,
dip.
like and give
Give me
me like
something.
full, yeah, give me like I don't
Give me the
know, like
arms. Give me the
yeah, more
new wave.
hands,
Yeah, new
more
wave would've been
yeah.
their thing. New wave would've been their thing, not the old school.
Yeah,
Old
because
school,
I
baby.
think they
Yeah.
could probably execute it, like, maybe you need a couple extra weeks of just, like, learning the craft and the base of it,
Yeah.
but I feel like if you're gonna tease this whole thing that it's Vogue inspired, like, I did actually want something, at least a moment that was more technical.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's
Yeah.
where a bridge would have helped or a dance break.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
Mhm.
like not taking that into account, the
Yeah.
choreo is great. Like it's super, super clean. Like you said, there's simplicity to it. Like the
Yeah.
most effective parts were just them doing like the shoulders
Yeah.
and like the
The
the parts
little
where they're kind of just like standing there together. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Lindsay's part.
Yeah, so there are a lot of like little fun moments in it, which I appreciate. In term for honestly for them, I don't really care that much about live vocals, honestly.
You know what? Yes, when you had your expectations at a reasonable level,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, if that's just not your strength, we talk about Britney all the time, right? Britney's
Mhm.
usually the one people reference when it comes to, just kind of lip syncing for the most of your career.
Yeah.
But if you're giving your all kind of in every other way
Yes.
and just singing live is just really not your strength and it actually takes away from the
Mm,
performance,
yeah.
it's
Let it go.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine. The thing is I just don't feel the same way about, like, KATSEYE, for example, because we
Oh,
know
yeah.
they can execute
Very well,
vocally.
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very
So they
well.
can give us more of the variety. Like, I do not need an acoustic version of Crazy. You know? All the girls are girl.
Crazy! Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that from them. That's not what their strength is. But could KATSEYE do that? Sure.
Alright, guys, we're moving right to the final player of the final round, and that's ILLIT, the ILLIT.
Mm.
Um, oh my goodness, this choreography, can I tell you, their hands are going, their elbows are going, their wrists are going.
Yo.
This choreography is so
It is tough. This choreo is crazy.
isn't it? Like, when I was watching it, I was like, "Okay, I see the hands, tick, 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 tick," and then suddenly I see them jutting their wrist forward, and I was like, "Whoever made this is evil." Heinous choreographer. They sat there and was like, thumb, finger, elbow, knee, bing, bing, bing. I was like, what is
Uh,
happening? Like this song uses every joint in this group's body. I can also appreciate it because there is a certain robotic nature
mm,
of this, and it requires a level of stiffness that the girls are presenting. I wouldn't say stiffness, it's just more like a rigid body language that you need to have for this. You can't be loosey-goosey, catching grooves and jacking your body. You have to literally go sharp, sharp, hit, isolation, and it's like, ugh. It's a very cute dance. It's giving, like, those ending credits of, like, an anime when the girls are just going dun 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 to the left and to the right. Like, there's an anime cuteness that works. The styling of the performances have been cute. I will say it reminds me of, like, colorful Disney version of NewJeans, where NewJeans are appropriately dressed, but they're like Nickelodeon. They're cool, they're chill, they
mm,
match. Disney Channel doesn't they never match the kids' clothes. You'll see homegirl with a cheetah print skirt and a neon pink leggings and, like, these crazy rock star boots and then a leather jacket that's cropped. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a lot, and that's what these girls are styled like. So I think it works for them because they look young. are wearing cute, fashionable clothes that's
Yeah.
probably more than, like, how much my house has cost, but it doesn't look like that either. They're not all dressed up like robots that, like, look exactly the same, which I appreciate because the song could you could lean in that whole, like, "Let's be little robot girls," but they're dressed in styles that all fit their body types, like or fit, like, their image in the group. Like, she's
Mm,
wearing a high pony and baggy jeans and, como le dice? Like, a little crop top. She looks great in it. She looks
yeah.
great in it, you know? Iroha's wearing something else, like, the what's her name? That main girl with the eyes, the baby. She's wearing skirts mostly, you know what I'm saying? She's
Mhm.
wearing cutesy stuff, so it makes sense, it's nice. I've heard the girls try to sing in some performances, and
Yeah.
like you said,
It's tough with this song.
yeah, it's ooh,
Like, it's
yeah,
like, they're, like, jumping, like, it's
right.
like,
It's
how
just
are they gonna do this?
the vocals come across as choppy because they're chop,
Yeah.
chopping. It's just tough because I feel like this dance is so involved and requires so much intricate motion and perfection that,
Mm.
like, by the time they get to, like, literally this 2-minute mark, they look out of breath and can't maintain their facials, and I think that's so unfair to them, but I think the chorus is, like, the worst of it because in the verses, I think it's just kinda can kind of walk and stop and sing, but the chorus is just so,
It's
like,
wild.
bro, it's like a
Yeah.
what's a Soul Cycle class? Like that laugh
Zumba, Zumba.
Zumba, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. I mean, I will say the one thing that I was a little annoyed about is, you know what I said earlier in the video that their cutesy expressions felt like
Natural in the video?
natural? It does not in the live performances. They go back to doing the absolute most with the cutesy,
Aw.
which
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel, again, genuine,
I think
you
it's a
know?
direction thing. I'm starting to blame these companies, bro. You know they got
Well,
direct like,
I mean,
they
there's
got
always right. There is always, of course, the talk or the idea that idols are supposed to be perfect and,
yeah.
they're not human and they
Yes.
kind of lean into that.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe it's because, I'm more into the Western kind of
Oh,
pop
yes.
world, and that's what I grew up around, where it does all feel a bit more
Yes.
natural,
Yes.
which is why I don't love that whole kind of overdone doll thing. But taking that out of the picture, the
Mhm.
dance itself, I mean, it matches the song,
Yeah,
like
it's so cute.
it is robotic, like all the I mean, it's not even tutting, like it's just like crazy hand
Just
and
yeah.
wrist angles and movements that are just so fast. There's so much cardio because they have to like jump
Ugh,
and
yeah.
a lot, and
Yeah.
everything's just so specific and it's so fast. Like I have so much respect for these girls for how
Yes.
clean they execute this. Like this is hard as hell. This is
It
hard as
is.
hell.
It is.
And then it sucks because then with those faces that they make, like, are they even having fun with it? Like it's just like they can't even relax for a second, like at all,
Yeah,
you
it's high
know?
pressure. High pressure.
But it has a lot of like little moments. I like that it gets a little groovier at some points in the
Yeah.
verses and stuff, because
Yes.
then it just balances it well with kind of the robotic chorus.
Mhm.
But yeah, I stick to what I said before. I think there's a lot of potential actually in this group.
Yeah.
I think there's good potential. Let's see.
I'm excited for them. I watched them get formed. I first I was like, I don't agree with this, but the companies are gonna do what they're gonna do, make the groups that they're gonna make. And, we just gotta move on from it and just hope for the best, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like what's going on here. So I liked all of them to a different extent, but I will say that NewJeans takes it from me, like no question.
I
Um,
know.
like,
This is hard because, like, I know Touch, and it's literally just
oh, I
because,
know.
like, I watched it so many times, and then, like,
Oh,
I learned it in, like, 10 minutes, Like,
yeah.
it's just so it's ingrained in my head, that
Yeah.
that dance routine, but
Mm,
I do also have to give it to NewJeans. It's, like, unbeatable. That choreo is amazing.
yeah. This is
Oh,
unbeatable.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry,
know.
KATSEYE and Sohei.
I know. Cliff is so good
It's
though.
really good.
I didn't mean to not give Cat's Eye anything, but it's a hard, like, of a whole year of all these girl groups. Again, all the drama aside, the music was good. So everyone else did their job.
Yeah,
Everyone who's not C-suite
that's
did
right.
their job. Okay, like
Mm.
all the creative folks did what they needed to do.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
so we're gonna pick an
Yeah.
overall winner. I think my
Oh my
overall
god.
winner may not reflect what I've selected.
That's okay.
But, guys, if you've made it this far, make sure you subscribe. We're almost at 3K. With or without you, we're going to get there, but we'd rather get there with you, CCTV crew. Come to the brunch. Come over. But yeah. And also, if you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much. subscribe there as well. We love you too.
Yeah,
Kisses.
we got a lot of good increases on our Spotify Wrapped, so thank you.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So overall winner, Chris, do you want to go first?
Yeah. God, yes. Um, I know I gave NewJeans more, but
Yes.
it feels wrong to not give KATSEYE anything, and I've definitely listened to KATSEYE more than I've
This
listened to
right.
NewJeans,
Right.
so I think I will give it to KATSEYE.
That's so valid. I thought the
Yeah.
same thing too. Like even after that episode we filmed, I felt so bad not giving Cat's Eye a single thing because I sat there and I was like, I'm not even
Mm.
thinking of sexy in the air right now. I was thinking of touch the whole time. The whole time. Even my first song round, I was on the fence between NewJeans and
Right.
yeah. The reason I was because while I was on tour, I played those two songs when I was in a mood. I was like, I need to calm down and then I need to go wow crazy again. So for me, even if I kinda just threw in some B-sides, right, like NewJeans is Bubblegum and How Sweet, Cat's Eye with Touch and Debut, ILLIT with Cherish, Tic Tac, and the SSERAFIM with Crazy and Hot and Fun. If I had to think about that, we didn't talk about it, but if I had to kind of put it all together, the SSERAFIM is up there for me, I would say in terms of, like, they had a good year, but I think in terms of blowing my mind,
Right.
I'm gonna agree with you with Cat's Eye. I think unfortunately if NewJeans if they didn't momentum didn't get stopped with
Yeah.
all the crap that's happening, I probably would have given it to them. But yeah, I think Cat's Eye definitely takes the year.
Okay.
Would I
Yeah.
say they take the yeah, they take the year, I would say. Yeah,
Of the HYBE girl groups, at least.
of the high girl groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
overall
Mhm.
package.
That's fair.
Mm.
And speaking of HYBE, if you have not listened to our NewJeans What's Going On episode,
Mhm.
that has up to a certain point, and then we will do a part 2 once this settles
Oh yeah.
down a
Yeah.
little bit more. But we both have a lot of music industry experience, so if you wanna hear us talk more about the businessy side of it all and the
Yes.
mess that is
Yes.
this NewJeans situation,
Oh
definitely
my
go check that out and stay tuned for more. But in the meantime, let us know what wins the pop-off for you in the comments. And of course, we are available on all social media platforms at CCTV Pops. And hit those follow and subscribe buttons because we have some really fun episodes coming up. And until next time, that's Chantel.
that's Kiss.
And we're signing off from CCTV, the Nonstop Pop Show.